Time now for Coming In Hot with Brent Wallace, former Ottawa Senator Jason York, and Graham Nichols.
Happy Shane Pinto Day, everybody. Brent Wallace alongside Jason York. As we like to say in the business, Graham Nichols on assignment. The show is always brought to you by Bet365. Yorkie, nice to see you this afternoon.
Good to see you too. Every time I see our new opening, it's like, damn, Graham means business in there. Like, no messing around.
He can use that when he runs for mayor.
Nichols for mayor. Oh boy, yeah.
No more taxes.
Cutting taxes. That's it. That's what everybody.
They'll use
that's
analytics.
what everybody. He'll do an analytics breakdown of the city, and he'll do an analytics breakdown, hopefully on the light rail, Wally. And when's that going to be completed?
Oh, stop! I don't want to talk about light rail. Bothers me. By the way, can we just get? I know it's not a city problem; it's I think provincial problem. Can we get the Queensway sorted out someday, please? Every time it's an hour to get across the city.
I don't think so. I just think you just have to come to terms that between Carling and Kent, there will always be something going on. It's just the way it is, Wally.
Doesn't make sense, Yorkie.
It makes sense to me. It's always there. Just avoid it.
You don't have your valet guy. Anyway, in the show today, we're giving away 4 tickets to tonight's game against the red-hot Boston Bruins. So stay tuned for that. We'll come up with a question, and then everybody will give the tickets will be awarded live on the show. So if you're catching this show later after 4 p.m., the tickets have already been given away. I keep getting emails later in the show, and I'm like,
you going tonight? Are you going?
Yep. Yeah, I'll be there.
Me too.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm.
Are you bringing the Goo-Goos or Go-Go's or whatever they're called?
Yeah, I'll bring one for you. I'll bring some Goo-Goos for you if you want one.
Appreciate that. Thank you.
Goo-Goo. But that's not, they're pretty sweet. Well, I don't know if you want to eat those that late at night. Might get you a little wired.
My heart rate doesn't go above 60.
Oh, that's not what all the cartoon pictures and stuff said. You're always kind of like, there's always something going on. AI cartoon Wally's he's always got a scowl. He's always got a scowl.
Listen, I'm as happy, easy-go-lucky as anybody on this show.
All right. Okay. So before we get into all the stuff, I did a video a couple of years ago before Pinto kind of hit pay dirt. We don't want to show it. It's going to take all day. It's a minute.
In fact,
long.
You did this video the first game back after his suspension.
I did, So that was like 2024. And the thing I've always liked and appreciated about Pinto, it's why I talk about guys like Michael Amadio all the time. They have little habits in their game. I call them winning habits. Little things like you back check on top of guys, you go stick on puck, you make the right play when the decision calls for it, you use your skill when needed. I've always found this about Shane Pinto. Ever since he kind of came into the league, he's just such a smart, responsible player. I remember one time we were doing the show and I said, this was 2-3 years ago. I go, he reminds me of an up and coming Patrice Bergeron, just the way he goes about the game. I'm not saying he's Bergeron, but there's a lot of tendencies, habits. Obviously, he's a right shot centerman like Bergeron too, but he's always kind of reminded me of Patrice Bergeron. But anyways, it's which brought me to bringing it back to AI Wally.
I don't even understand.
Well,
and you circled this
around. I'll bring this all together. We looked in the crystal ball a long time ago, the great Yorkino, and we said, this is what's going to happen to Shane Pinto. I don't know if you have the picture, Graham. This was a long time ago. And then I did a 2-for-1 special. I actually read your palm after Wally. And there's AI Wally. He's got his scowl on his face. This was 2 years ago. We predicted that Pinto was going to be a very good player for the Ottawa Senators, and that AI Wally would have a very burnt steak in his future. Both things have come true.
Wow, you are the smartest man in hockey.
I love AI Wally. He's looking at him. He's all, why are you so angry?
I'm not. I'm in a great mood. This is a fallacy.
Why do I have a mustache in that one picture, by the way?
I don't know. It's creepy, Yorkie.
That's creepy. The other guy's happy with. I got a little genie hat on. I'm looking into the crystal ball. But no, it's good for Shane Pinto, Wally. Like, I don't know your thoughts, but I think this is a great deal for both sides. People will make say, 7.5 is a lot of money, but cap's going up. And I love how the structure is right now for the Senators. Like, you've got Stützle. I think he's the most. What is he? 8.2, 8.3. Brady's right around there. And Pinto falls in 7.5. I just think this is really good business. And most importantly, too, I'm a big believer in you build down the middle. Like, look how the Senators are structured now down the middle. You've got Stützle locked up, you've got Cousins locked up, and you've got Pinto locked up. So they're going to have a nice little run. The major pieces are signed, and some great little tidy business by Steady Steve Steo.
So a couple of things going on as you jumped around there. So since the board is up, let's quickly go over. These are the 6 players who are currently signed past 2027, 2028. So if you don't see Brady Tkachuk's name on there, it's because that's the year's contract is done, or the year before. So same with Drake Batherson. But Jake Sanderson, Tim Stützle, Shane Pinto, Dylan Cousins, Ridley Gregg, Linus Ullmark, all signed for the next 3 seasons and beyond. It is a good group. And then you got to think that they'll get Brady done. I would think they'd get Drake Batherson done. But so there's a poll up. I please ask you to vote on our YouTube channel of what you think of the deal. 4 years, $7.5 million per season, so $30 million. It's increasing by it goes half 6.5, 7, 8 million, and then 8.5 million in the final year. There is no there's no bonuses paid out, and then there's at the end there's 2 years of a no move clause for 10. He has a 10-team no move clause. So I like the deal, Yorkie. I have no issues with it. I think it's fair. I think the number's fair. People weren't sure if he'd get more than Dylan Cousins or not. That's probably a cap thing. But here's the clip of Shane Pinto talking today about why he chose this deal.
Okay.
Yeah, it's awesome. I think, we've been building something pretty cool the last few years here, and just for them to show the commitment to me that, I'm part of the core, it's awesome, and I'm just super grateful and just happy to be here for sure. Yeah, I just kind of want to see where it's at when I'm 29, and I just felt like it was just a good deal for both sides, and I feel like those are a good part of my career, hopefully 25 to 29. Hopefully I have some good years, and yeah, that's how just the number I came up with. So
Shane Pinto bet on himself. Can we move past all the betting stuff at this point? But but it gets obnoxious after a while.
Exactly.
He wants to see where his career is at. He thinks he's going to be a much better player. I really got the sense when I asked Steve about why did you not get 8 done, or would you have preferred 8? And he kind of like, it's a good deal for both sides. I think they wanted a longer term deal. And you can see that Shane really kind of sounds like he, dug in and said it's 4 years.
Yeah, and you got a lot done in 4 years. Like, look where this team is going. We'll take a major piece like Chabot. How old is Chabot going to be 3 years from now? What is Thomas right now? 28? 29? So that takes him to like 32. I think the window for the Senators, it starts now. Like, there's no reason why, which they should make the playoffs. Once you make the playoffs, who knows what's going to happen? And then year 2 of the contract, if they keep going the way they are, and like I mentioned, look how deep they are down the middle. Last year was just this team's first playoffs. Now they get a next playoffs, and then you build, and they get the goal all marks locked up. So yeah, for sure. I would say more you're betting on yourself. You're signing a 2-year deal. Like a 4-year deal is still some security, Wally. Like, still some security. So it's like best of both worlds. Got a little bit of security, and it's also taken me to the age of 29 where I can hit another big contract. So
Exactly.
but at the end of the day, you're not going to need more than 30 million to live the rest of your life.
No, but I'd like to try and spend it.
Although Shane lives in 30, so 30 is 30. But if you retire in Canada, 30 is actually 55.
I don't even know what that means. We're moving on.
It means when you take 30, they make US dollars, Wally. When you take 30 million American, it's actually worth about 55 million Canadian.
I see. I was thinking age for some reason.
No, no. Have you been to the States lately and switched over your Canadian cash?
It was $1.48 when I went to Florida.
I know. It's crazy. You must have been on a tight budget.
Whew. I only got the 3-inch sub. It's like, I'm going to have some lettuce.
That was pretty funny.
All right.
You're getting good at this chit chat thing, Wally. You've embraced it. You've embraced it.
I haven't. No, I keep looking at the time. I'm like, we're 11 minutes in. I'm like, what is
But we're
happening?
getting a little both. We're talking shop. We're getting some Pinto, and you just made a funny. That was pretty good.
If you want to win tickets to tonight's game, 4 tickets, courtesy of the Sens Foundation. A huge thank you to them. 4 tickets. Hockey Fights Cancer. The Boston Bruins, who've won 7 in a row, taking on your Ottawa Senators, who, by the way, if they win and Montreal loses tonight, are tied for first in the Atlantic Division. Email cihsens@gmail.com and tell me what the number 1 song of Shane Pinto's draft year was. I don't know why I came up with this stupid question, but you get annoyed when I don't have a question, so I came up with
I think it's a great question. I think it's good because I would say that Shane Pinto is a very handsome young man. He's probably got a lot of people that think he's quite attractive that would be into like the charts and the top songs on the charts.
Well, people are quickly chat GPTing this, and I can tell by the answers if you GPT'd it or not. Sometimes I would ask stat questions, and people would come back with completely wrong answers. But that's what you get when you chat GPT answers. Anyway, we'll see what happens.
You can't trust chat GPT all the time.
No, you can't. You got to double check. Anyway. I had a point. I was going to make it about Shane Pinto. Now I can't. Oh, yes, quickly. So here's Yorkie, you'll appreciate this. When you're going through a contract negotiation and you see the GM in the hallway around the rink, it gets a little awkward. So I asked them today to tell me about their thoughts. Here is Steve Stais and Shane Pinto talking about the awkwardness of being in the hallways with each other.
Kind of funny early on. I think I went a week without seeing him. And he was walking out of the rink, and I said, you can still talk to me. So we had a good laugh. But Shane's energy and enthusiasm for the game and what kind of teammate he is, and how we communicate for managers and coaches with our players. We do build relationships with them and have open, honest conversations. So it was never awkward at any point in time, but certainly it was maybe a little different at first.
Yeah, those are over, thankfully. It's just tough, both of you guys, we both knew what was going on, and, we had a good relationship before, but it's just kind of an awkward time, and, but yeah, those are over with now, and now we could just go back to normal.
I love it. Just seeing each other in the hallway.
That was your question?
I might have asked it, yeah.
Again, that was good. It's true, though. It's like you're going through something like this. Although I will say in today's game, especially a guy like Shane, he's such a personable, social guy. You could see he'd probably just laugh it off just like he does. But I can remember back early NHL, like you go back to the 90s, Wally, like guys used to be kind of not afraid, but even if you weren't going through something, you guys would walk by the coach's office and you'd kind of walk by fast because you really wouldn't want to talk to the coach. The GM would sometimes, it was just different. Like it's friendlier times now, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. Like,
fair.
I told you that story about Brian Sutter. You ever heard this one? The old Brian Sutter, one of the arguably the toughest Sutter brother. He used to.
He's a little salty.
He's very salty. Not as salty as Daryl though. This is I love Andreas Johansson's story. It's just I was actually just talking to him today because I'm going to Sweden in December. So I was trying to get some a good hotel recommendation. Anyhow, he used to tell me Sutter would purposely leave his door open because he wanted guys to come in so he could like have a chat with them, and guys didn't want to have that chat. So you would like slow down and then sprint by the doors so he couldn't see you. Because if he'd bring you in, this is funny. Andreas is obviously Swedish. So he'd bring Andreas in, and Sutter would bring him in. He wouldn't call him Andreas. He'd say, Andy, get in here. And as soon as he'd see him, he'd give him a punch in the shoulder, leave a big mark. They'd sit down and have a nice man-to-man talk with Andy Johansson. Anyways, times have changed. Everyone's friendly now.
Yeah, it's one big happy family.
Everyone's happy, making money, happy times.
There's a ton of emails coming in, but I will tell you, Ariana Grande is not the right answer. Just as a heads up. Let's move on. But we gotta get back to Shane Pinto. But I just quickly, this show brought to you by Shoeless Joe's in Kempville and Orleans. Well, we'll be live December 2nd. Still don't know which spot yet, but I believe it's Orleans. Daily deals you don't want to miss. Burgers, wings, cold beer, great prices. No fluff, big flavor, 5 nights a week. Today, Yorkie, is your favorite day. It's Thursday.
Mm-hmm. Is it the flatbread pizzas on Thursday, Wally?
$10 flatbreads and half-price wine. Perfect for a date night or catching up. Caesars on Sunday, game day, bud deal. Canadian team on the screen, giant $9 buds all game long. Shoeless Joe's, where daily deals meet big flavor and good times on repeat in Kempville and Orleans. And, of course, don't forget on Monday, it's my favorite day because it is fish and chips day. All right, back to Shane Pinto.
Mm-hmm.
The 4-year deal. And by the way, he's very, you can hear it in his clips, and I know I've posted them on Twitter and on Instagram, which probably means they're on Facebook as well. Like, he's very appreciative of all the team did what they did for him when he was suspended. He believes he owes them a bit. He didn't believe he owed them that much. He took $7.5 million. But like he thoroughly loves it. He loves that group, and you can see it. And that's so he did make the comment like, this is a really special group. I'm hoping that we can do something really special here. And so we'll see what happens. But I do really like the core of this group. They still need some pieces, but that's a good group.
Oh, if you go around and you look and take a deep dive into every team has got holes. Even the top teams, like you could say, they could use another puck mover D, or these guys, another big guy. They need some more scoring. You know, they don't really have a number one goalie. Everyone's got a few things you'd like to change. Like everybody keeps saying, oh, the Ottawa Senators, would be great to have a real 30-goal scorer on that top line, or a big, long D that can skate and has size. Every team's dealing with the same thing. But if you really look at the Senators, I said it again, the way they are set up, if you look at the key positions, they've got a goaltender signed in Allmark. So you've got a legitimate number one. Do you have a legitimate number one centerman? Because if you want to win in this league, you need a game breaker. Like there's games this year. I remember watching the Calgary game. Late in that game, who takes that game over? Stützle. Why? He's a number one center. And then you need like a rugged winger that has leadership abilities and is a playoff type. Well, they got that. That's Brady Tkachuk. And you need some smart guys like Amadio. You need a number one defenseman. So they check a lot of the boxes, Wally. The only thing that they're kind of don't have yet is a lot of their young guys are gaining experience, which they got some last year. They're going to get some more this year. So if you looked at teams around the league, you'd have to say Ottawa, the way they're trending, is going to be one of the favorites to win the Stanley Cup pretty soon.
And it's tough to build, like it's tough to have the perfect roster because money dictates. Nobody has a perfect roster. So while we get upset going, well, you can't have David Perron on your top line or you can't have whatever, still, this team, as I reiterate, I know we're 18 games in or playing the 18th game tonight. They have a chance to be first in the Atlantic Division or tied for first in the Atlantic Division by the end of tonight. Like they have points in 11 straight games, and I think they've gotten 7 out of the last 10 points or 11 of the last 4. Well, if they have points in the last 10, anyway, I don't know why I can't remember the number. They're putting up points, and that's all you want them to do at the end of the season. I think there's been a little bit of fan apathy lately, and it's weird to me because this team is actually, while I guess they're not super exciting because they're winning 2-1 games or whatever it is, but they're still playing really good hockey right now. I know it gets frustrating sometimes watching them, but I think that this team is actually pretty good.
It's a good sign when you maybe didn't have your best all game long, but you somehow managed to squeeze out a point. You somehow managed to every single game. You look at their record as of late. You can say, "Oh, I wish I would have done that," but they're picking up points. They're getting higher and higher in the standings. Look at where they were. Whatever, go back 3 weeks ago. They were outside the playoffs, looking in. Now they're what are they, third in the division right now? I don't have the standings in front of me, but
yeah, they're 2 points out of first. If Montreal loses tonight and Boston Montreal and Boston both lose and Ottawa wins, obviously they're tied for first.
Yeah, and if you look at how Montreal started the season off, and you look how Ottawa started the season, you said, "Oh, they're only 2 points out." You'd be pretty happy with that. You'd be pretty happy with that because they don't even have Brady Tkachuk in the lineup, and Allmark has had his ups and downs. Like there's things going on. I thought Zetterlund would get off to a better start and be on that top line scoring. That's not happening. Like there's a lot of things that it doesn't always go according to plan, but if the better teams just always seem to find a way to get points no matter what's happening. Maybe you don't have your best, maybe you're missing something. That to me is a really encouraging sign, which with what I'm seeing with this current edition of the Senators.
And we get upset about a lot is like, oh, they were leading 2-0 and they lost 3-2. But that's from an old mid 2000s vibe, right? Where if you got up on if the Ottawa Senators had a 2-0 lead, you were never coming back because the game would just be slowed right down, right? It's a different game now with the speed. Those scores change drastically now. It's not the same. You can't get as excited anymore. Oh, they let it slip away. But it's tough to contain teams for 60 minutes.
With the way the game is called now, like you can I'll give you an example. Last game, you graze a guy's head by accident and you get a high sticking penalty and you put Dallas on the power play, who's got an excellent power play. Sometimes things happen. It's like, it wasn't a bad play by Ridley Gregg. It was just, whatever. It was a questionable call. Still gets called, but that's the way the league is right now. It's very power play heavy. And then it changes as the season goes along. And then in the playoffs, it gets back to the way it's a little tougher to get calls, but yeah, that's another thing with Ottawa right now. Their power play is running hot, so that's been helping them.
It's been terrible.
No, it's as of late, but it was good earlier.
They're over like the last 6.
Well, before that, it was good. Like it was one of the better. But
they're still. I think they're still top 10, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, like they're clicking at what are they? High. They're over 25%, aren't they?
Yeah, I just had it in my hand a second ago as I sent it to Jake.
But yeah,
they're 24.1%. They're 8th. Boston tonight comes in second at 32.8%.
I hated that call, by the way, on Ridley Gregg last game. It was just, I get it. It's really, really tough to officiate the game right now. And some guys are good at selling calls, and that's part of it. If you're not cheating, you're not trying. But man, oh man, to give that call late in the game, I just find there's a lack of feel there. It's like, feel the game. Like this isn't the time of a game where a marginal call is warranted. And then all of a sudden you get over
penalty, Yorkie. And this isn't on the Ridley Gregg thing, but if it's a penalty, I want it called. I don't care what time of game it is.
Exactly. So you
want it managed, though. I hate when they manage.
I don't want it managed. It's consistency. So if you call that, to your point, when you get to overtime, Pinto's breaking in, he's hooked. Where's the consistency? Where's the consistency? And that's what drives people nuts. And again, it's a really, really tough game to call. It is. But if you're going to call ticky-tacky stuff, you're going to have to be consistent and call it all the time. That's my only point.
Now, the only argument I'll have, because I didn't think they were very good in the last game against Dallas. For whatever reason, they just seemed off.
Like players.
It's tough, but it's tough sometimes to see what we see. Like if they're an inch away or off compared to what the camera picks up, it's tough for them to make that call. If they can't see it, they can't guess at it. So sometimes they just can't see it. I will give them that.
100%. It's probably the hardest job in sports to officiate. It's
God,
incredibly hard. But like the players are under, when the players screw up and the players make mistakes, they're called out all the time. And it's the best players in the world and the best officials in the world. So you can't just call out the players and not be able to call out the officials. It's everybody's in this together. That's just my thoughts on it.
And quickly, I've seen a couple of people tweet stuff written somewhere. I can't remember exactly. People ask, like, why aren't the refs held accountable post game? You are allowed.
You can't do it the way people want it, though.
No. But you are allowed as a media, there is a pool reporter that you would pick. They are allowed to ask to have the refs speak about a call. It rarely happens because the refs can also, I think, decline. But there is a system in place where the refs can be asked after a game, but it just doesn't happen.
No.
And I think I don't know if the league would shut it down, but there is something in place because I know it has happened in the past.
Yeah, like you can't, as much as people would love to have the officials brought in and do it, you can't do that after the game. That's a no-win. Yeah. That's a no-win situation for anybody.
Correct. All right, let's move on because, I got to get to the parlay today, and I feel really good about it. I made it early this morning. You'll see why. And of course, Gertie's back. We've got some other stuff to discuss. Keep the entries coming. 4 tickets to tonight's game. Email into the show, cihsends@gmail.com. If you use any other email, it will not be used because I have seen some other emails being sent in. What was the number one song in 2019 when Shane Pinto was drafted? Or what was the number one song of that year, not the day he was drafted? Keep them coming. All right, Yorkie, let's fire up the BEI tractor.
Okay. Big thanks to our good friends at BEI, the heavy civil general contractors who are helping to shape the Ottawa Valley by helping you out with equipment rentals, aggregate, topsoil, custom crushing and screening, as well as hot mix paving. So when you're planning that next project, please consider BEI for all your aggregate supply needs. Give them a call at 613-432-1120 or online at bonisherexcavating.com.
Slow down in construction sounds. Mm-hmm. And of course, our show is always brought to you by our proud presenting sponsor, Bet365. Whatever your bet is, never ordinary. Bet365. Download the app, get on the game. Use code NATION. Must be 19 or older. Ontario only. Please play responsibly. If you or somebody who has a gambling problem, visit connectsontario.ca. Yorkie, here is tonight's game. So the Sens and Bruins. Boston rolling through, right? They haven't lost since they got pumped by Ottawa 7-2. So they've won now 7 in a row. Here is the parlay, though. And I say I made this before because I picked Shane Pinto to score tonight. I'm looking like
on his birthday. It is his birthday today, right?
Yesterday. He signed the contract on his birthday.
Oh, we signed it yesterday. That's right.
Yeah. So it was signed yesterday evening, if I'm not mistaken. I've heard something about the times being around there. Okay. So I've got Shane Pinto to score. Mm-hmm. Claude Giroux to get a point, which I'm hoping is an assist on a Shane Pinto goal. Mm-hmm. Tim Stützle, this is top 3 shots on goal. Artem Zub and Jake Sanderson to block a shot each.
I like that. A couple blocked shots. I'm sure that's doable. 3's tough.
Shane Pinto's tough. Tim Stützle. Yeah.
Stützle's tough. It's 3 shots are tough. Maybe were you down there today and say, hey, Timmy, can you get in the shooting mentality?
I do. I do not ever say to the players because I don't like. There's the Major League Baseball betting scandal going on.
I know.
And I'm like, I just put my head down and say nothing. But he had 3 shots on goal against Dallas.
Yeah.
But he went 4 games before that without a shot, without 3 shots, 2 or less. So it's not a given he will get there, but I'm hoping that he can fire up 3 shots today. I think the team is jacked today. I think there's a little bit of a buzz just based on the big contract, and they know they're now getting a free meal at some point here from Pinto. So we'll see. Everybody's like, when you're that universally liked, everybody's just really happy for you. So,
yeah, absolutely. No, I'm really happy for Shane Pinto. Like he's a really good player, very good person. Comes to work every day, call at work, comes to the rink every day with a smile on his face. And I think he strikes me as a guy, Wally, that just really appreciates being in the NHL. Like I've said this before. There's so many guys that come to the rink and they're not, it's like, they treat it as work. It's like, those guys, they're a little bit salty. They're a little bit salty, but I like the attitude that he brings, and that's infectious on the rest of your team. I think it's a great way to go about your NHL career. So you're always happy for guys like that.
Yeah. Anyway, so we'll see how this plays out. I'm excited for Shane Pinto and to see what will happen as his career rolls on. The Bruins tonight, as you talk about him being similar to Patrice Bergeron, everybody thought the end of the Bruins was near. Oh,
Yeah.
They don't look that way now. That's a team that just seems to have everything going in the right way at the moment. Jonas Korpisalo getting the starting goal. By the way, he's still on the Ottawa payroll. I feel like he should have to give up a goal. If we're going to pay you $1 million, you have to surrender one goal.
Yeah. That's look, I agree with on that Korpisalo thing. We'll see what happens there. But look, this interesting stat here with our last column. Look at the expected goals percentage for Boston.
Yeah,
it's 27.
It's weird.
It's 27th in the National Hockey League, 46.1. So they're under 50%. So what that tells me is they are scoring at a clip that's going to be tough to keep up if they continue that. And it's for sure there's some more factors that go into that, but
yeah,
I really like the expected goals percent stat because it tells you a little bit about what's going on, saying, because we talk about bounces, hockey gods, all that stuff. A lot of those things are going in their favor right now.
Power plays clicking. They're 3 for 6 in the last game. Penalty kill, they've allowed 4 in the last 7 games or something, 8 games maybe. They're just, but we'll see how if it can continue on. But maybe they're just maybe they're solid. However, we'll get to the Ottawa side of that, and that is Nick Matenpalo will play on the right side as Thomas Chabot is out. We don't know how long. I asked again today, and Steve Steos, he didn't say, as he is very good at, didn't say anything really. However, he kind of hinted that it didn't seem like it was going to be like 1 game or 2. That's what I got out of it. He didn't say it was going to be long term. There's just an intonation the way he said it. So I don't know what the update is on Thomas Chabot. There is nothing coming from the organization, but he is out for tonight. Nick Matenpalo is in. Curtis McDermott back in the lineup. We'll see how he plays. And everything else stays the same for the Ottawa. And Levi Marilani gets the starting goal.
Jensen played well last game, didn't he, Wally?
He did.
For so much talk, like people, he's slow, he's that. I thought he really had a strong game. So did Spence. Two of the guys that everyone's been talking about. But it'll be good to see Matenpalo back in the lineup. Anytime you get scratched, usually come in with a little fire in your belly. But it's amazing when you take out a top 4 DA, how it changes. It's like, oh, look at that defense right now. We've got second pairing, Clevin and Spence. So it'd be good opportunity for both of those 2 players. Like Clevin's probably been dying to get into a slot into that top 4 spot.
So York, although he did take some heat for the last game on the ice in the 3-on-3.
Okay, the one,
and
goal
then there was the goal. Yeah,
that's just a puck rolling up on your stick. Like hockey's a game of mistakes. You're gonna make mistakes time to time. Like he gets that puck and it bobbles on him, and then he fans on it. So if we shoot every time, if we crap on a guy every time he makes a mistake, like that's not a mental error. That's not losing coverage, being soft, not knowing what you're supposed to do. That's just you whiffed on a play and you turned it over, which happens. And you move on. So I thought he was pretty good in that game. And what are you going to do? Everybody makes mistakes, Wally. So like I said, we'll see how he plays tonight. I think he'll have a strong game. Top 4. He's going to probably play over 20 minutes of ice tonight. And anytime you're over that, defensemen usually step up.
Yeah. I think he'll be okay. However, no, Melina was in the chat I'm a little worried without Shabby. And I think people like to harp on Thomas Chabot, and then when he's out of the lineup, they see how good he is in the lineup. I'm curious of how this will play out.
Yeah, it's like it's one of your guys are hurt. Somebody else gets a chance to step up. Like
No, it's not so much. No, and the only reason I said it's like when Jake Sanderson's out of the lineup, if he is or not, or Artem Zub, we know what that void is. But my point is, we're a lot more negative towards Thomas Chabot sometimes as
You
a
think
fan
so?
base.
I don't think so in the last little
Oh
while.
my Lord.
I think that narrative kind of went away last year.
I don't think
Like,
that
not the way it used to be, Wally. Like before last year, he took some heat like that.
Yes.
That oven's been turned down considerably. Like for sure, if people will get on him, but he's not the whipping boy anymore.
No, he's not.
But he was.
He's taken a lot, and that's why I believe that we'll see how valuable he is when he's not in the lineup.
Who is the new whipping? Because there always has to be a whipping boy in Ottawa land. Who is it now? There's a poll question.
I mean, McDermott takes a lot of heat.
Come on, he's not the whipping boy.
I'm just giving you some names.
All right, so McDermott.
There's Fabian Zetterlund, obviously, who's not been scoring. And then there's been Nick Jensen, who's taken a lot of heat this year.
Yeah, he's taken it. He's taken Chabot's spot. He's been taking the early heat.
As Robert Morris points out, Travis Hamonic is still the whipping boy.
If Graham was here, we would have already heard Hamonic's name like 10 times already.
He would have yelled his name out. Yeah, Travis Hamonic.
Poor guy.
All right. Oh, okay. You have 3 more minutes to get your entry in for 4 free tickets to tonight's game to see the Ottawa Senators beat the Boston Bruins.
Where are our tickets tonight? Where are they located? I wasn't listening.
Well, they're not for you.
Oh, I just want to know where the seats are. Where are they? Interesting.
I claimed them. I 300 something.
Okay. I always say this about Ottawa, Wally. The sight lines, I know it's an old arena and people are saying they can't wait till the new rink, but I'll tell you what, the sight lines in that rink, I don't think there's a bad seat in there.
No.
It was really well designed back in the day when they put that baby together.
Do you know what they modeled that after?
The Joe Louis Arena, didn't they?
No, but you're close because it's
the Palace. The Palace.
The
Palace. Yeah, that's right. The Palace in Auburn Hills, where the Pistons used to play. Yeah, not the Joe. They went and they liked the sight lines in there, and you ever been to the Palace?
I didn't make it to the Palachi. No.
The Palachi. I saw the Pistons play there a long time ago when I was playing with the Red Wings. It was a great building.
How far outside the city was it?
If memory serves me correctly, you're driving about 25 minutes. Auburn Hills. Is it in Auburn Hills? Yeah. But
so it's like Canada?
No, Canada's way closer. Way closer. Canada's a 10-minute drive from the middle of the city.
I know, but that's not what people see or hear or think.
So I leave
Florida. Florida's in the middle of nowhere. Carolina is in the middle of nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
San Jose, I feel like it's in the middle. It's a drive.
San Jose is kind of just on the edge of downtown there. I heard about San Jose now. I was talking to a bunch of guys going to do games there. It's not safe walking to the rink there anymore.
Really?
Like there's a lot of problems going downtown San Jose. It's some of the broadcasters were there. Were like, one of the guys got in it with somebody, had to there's like an altercation on the street. Yeah, it's crazy. Right. Yep. Take an Uber.
Okay. Before we move on. Oh, okay. Before we pick the winner, here I forgot to get to because you get us sidetracked so quickly. I need Graham to keep this thing in line. Here's Gertie's choice for tonight's game. She's 2-2 on the season. The Sens and the Bruins winning streak. What's it gonna be? Good job, Gert Dog.
Gertie just one-timing treats.
So she's in the other room, and I don't have to. I just put the paper down, and I can hear her get off the couch. All the way she's coming. So she knows the drill now. I don't even have to ask her to do it. Gertie, just make your pick.
I love it. Good old Gertie.
People are
How
not
old-
happy with your 10-minute drive. How old is Gertie? Will be 9 on December the 2nd.
Canada's a 10-minute drive from my house.
So, well, people said by helicopter. Chris says 10 minutes from Centertown.
No, I live off Maitland.
Basically, Yorkie's at Bayshore.
I'm at Maitland, and that's non-traffic. I'm not talking during traffic. Like tonight when I go to the game, I'm going to go around 6:00. It's probably going to take me 20 minutes. It's going to take me 20 minutes from Maitland, which at the most.
Yeah,
at the most.
But if you're at the Weston, like if you're in the market, or
it's
you're down.
terrible. It's terrible.
It's 45 minutes.
But that's not because of where the rink is located. That's because of your point, because of the stupid construction that never ends. And half of downtown's built for bike lanes. So get rid of that and get rid of that. And you don't have those problems anymore.
Yorkie for mayor. Graham is his running mate. I don't know if you don't have a running mate as mayor,
But
anyway,
like I think they're doing it on purpose, making it undrivable. So try and get everybody on bikes, Wally. I'm telling you.
Okay, it's okay. Nick Matt playing his offside. You've done it. And Matt has done a bit of it. Like, does it really matter?
Yes. Yes, it does.
And I say that like people will be like, well, Nick played some right side or left side when he was in the minors. Does it matter?
Depending on the player. For me, it really mattered. It is really tough in the offensive zone because if you watch now how teams keep zone time, it's always a far rim to the D. And if the other team pressures you really hard and you're on your, let's say I'm a right shot, I'm playing on that side, it is tough to get on your backhand. And a lot of times too, your only play is to go back on your backhand down the boards. Or if you have time, you can get it like that. But that's tough. Defending is different too, because let's say you and I are on a one-on-one. I'm so used to playing on my right side that you got to get your positioning right, because you should always play the forward off your inside shoulder. And then when you get on the other side, it's like you sometimes get a little bit caught outside instead of protecting the middle. So there's some minor adjustments. The D to Ds on regroups are a little bit easier because your stick's in the middle of the ice. You can get in the middle of the ice better. There's just little nuances in the game. Depends how much and how often you've done the switch to playing on your offside, because most righties don't usually do it because there's generally a shortage of right shot D. You usually see a lot of teams where the lefties play together, but Matt and Paolo's, for a big guy, his skills aren't that bad. Like I think he'll be fine. Like Jensen, obviously comfortable on the right side. He always plays the right side. So usually you talk with your partner before the game and you say, yeah, I'll do it or you'll do it. And so it depends. It's all dependent, but I always had a little bit of a struggle with it. So I didn't play a lot of left side.
But they can both switch. Like Jensen's such a vet that it.
For sure. Yeah. And Ottawa's forwards really come deep. They help out a lot down low. Like when they're really playing well, they're very tight together. So you get a lot of support from your forwards. Like a lot of breakouts will start, basically Ottawa's D will go back, kind of get hit, hold the puck, and your center is right beside you. So sometimes it's just a 2-foot pass. So,
okay. The winner of tonight's tickets is, are you ready? Do we have a drum roll? Probably not. Okay. Jordan Goodfellow.
Oh,
Jordan Goodfellow.
He's a good fellow. My dog, I thought I was going to start barking. I thought someone was knocking on the door.
Oh, yes.
The fake.
Does Charlie go nuts for the doorbell?
Yeah. And if somebody comes in, there's like about a 30-second craziness where she's like, just so happy to see you. And it's like long lost friend. It doesn't matter who it is. Congratulations, Jordan.
I will I'll email you the tickets after the show. Adam wants to know what the answer was. It was Little Nas X, Old Town Road.
Nice
song. One of Yorkie's favorites.
That's Billy Ray Cyrus with him, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. All right. Yeah, go ahead.
Billy Ray Cyrus of Achy Breaky Heart fame.
Correct.
That was his first hit single, wasn't it, Wally?
You're asking the wrong guy, but sure.
He never went down to the Crazy Horse on a Wednesday night on Industry Night, Wally, and got in the line dance for Achy Breaky Heart.
I was never in the line dance, but we used to go after a lot of games back in the day.
When did that start? Because I don't see and stop, because you used to go into places like that, and all of a sudden everybody would get into formation on the dance floor and they would do those line dances together. Everybody doing the same moves at the same time.
I don't know. I don't know how people know all the like. Is there not different line dances? Why is it always the same one?
I could see you doing the electric slide. It's electric. Do. You have been in the electric slide line dance, haven't you?
And then I just finish with the Saturday Night Fever John Travolta stance. Nobody in the show or in the chat has any idea what John Travolta and the Saturday Night stance is.
They do know the electric slide, though.
All right, Yorkie, pick your winner for tonight's game. I want to see what you're thinking as. I think the Shane Pinto signing gives this team a little bit of a lift, even though I know Boston has won 7 in a row. And by the way, you got to lose at some point.
Ullmark starts.
Levy Marilainen.
Oh, they're going Levy tonight. Okay. Yeah, I go with Ottawa in this one. Yeah, Levy's been playing some pretty good hockey as of late. And I agree. There is a little bit of a bump when a guy signs, a little bit of energy. Yep. I think Pinto's going to be flying tonight. Although they're missing Chabot, I think this opportunity for Spence to play some increased minutes again and Clevin is going to be a good thing. They're going to turn it into a good thing and have one of their best games of the year.
Okay. We'll see how this plays out. The Ottawa Senators with a tidy piece of business today as they lock up Shane Pinto to a 4-year, $7.5 million deal. Like, I think it's really good for the organization. I know 8 years would maybe have been preferable, but I think 4 at 7.5 is very workable. And on top of that, let's not forget, we don't know what happens 5 years from now.
No, like this, like I said,
a long time.
I'll tell you, like the longest contract I ever signed was 3 years, and I thought that was long.
Did they offer you more though?
No, that was my free agent contract. I got a multi-year, 3-year contract.
You would have signed a 7 if they offered it to you.
1,000%. Anybody's offering me a 7-year contract, well, I'm signing it. But that's the thing. Like the money's so high right now. Like you can bet on yourself when it's 30 million. Like that's a lot. Like I'm not telling somebody they don't know what they already, but it gives you a chance to be a free agent again at 29, which is still very young. But it's a great deal for everybody. Like it's 4 years is a long time for Ottawa to take a realistic run at a Stanley Cup with the core they have in place, with the key players, with the goalie, the defense, the forwards, and a lot of key guys are signed, and now Pinto is one of
them. Also, more people in the podcast space, Yorkie. I've had enough. This little Brady Tkachuk, Matthew Tkachuk. It'll never last. No one's going to watch that.
Yeah. I don't know about that. Brady is even going to play after his contract's done. He's a podcaster now. Like this is
once you get the bug, Yorkie.
Once you get the bug, that'll be good. I'm actually looking forward to watching that, Matthew and Brady. It'll be fun to see. But it's the thing with the Tkachuk family, right? It's like those two, like
they know everybody,
and they know they're the face of the league right now. And they're fun guys. It's hey, have a little fun with it too. Like I love how the game has changed. Before, with hockey players, we all know this, it was just kind of be humble, and not that these guys are very humble guys, but just stay in the background. Don't draw attention to yourself.
Yeah.
Just say the standard cliche quotes. Don't just do this. But I like where the game's going right now. Show some personality, have some fun. Hey, you want to do a podcast? Fill your boots. Like, look at the Kelsey brothers. It's a great podcast. So no, this is good. It's exciting. We'll bring people into their world, which is what everybody wants. Everybody wants inside information, right? That's
just it. They can get behind this because they know all the stories anyway, because they know everybody in the league. That's what's interesting about it. But you know what? It's just a fad. It'll never last. Can't compete with the Coming In Hot podcast. Yeah. We got mugs.
And we got chit chat.
All right. I'll see you at the game tonight. Congrats to Jordan Goodfellow. I'll get in touch with you shortly. Thank you to the Sens Foundation for the tickets, and everybody. Thanks for another great week. We'll see you Monday, 9 a.m. Take care, everybody.
Hey, see ya.
Thanks for tuning in to Coming In Hot. If you enjoyed the show, hit that like button and be sure to subscribe to never miss an episode.